Benjamin and the Prickly Nettles. Once upon a time in a quiet little town, there lived a fluffy dog named Benjamin. Benjamin was no ordinary dog. He had the softest fur that was as white as freshly fallen snow. He was a curious little pup who loved to explore the world around him. One sunny morning, as Benjamin was frolicking in a meadow, he stumbled upon a patch of prickly nettles. Most dogs would avoid them, but not Benjamin. He thought it was fun to roll around in them and let the prickly leaves brush against his fur. He didn't mind the tickling sensation at all. In fact, he loved it. As Benjamin continued his daily adventures, he would always return home, covered in prickly nettles. His fur became a blend of fluffy white and patches of green. He pranced around proudly, thinking he looked quite stylish. But there was one thing that bothered him. Every time he returned home, his mom would gently remove the nettles from his fur. Benjamin, his mom would say, "It's not good to keep the nettles in your fur. They can be uncomfortable and even hurt you. Let me help you get rid of them." But Benjamin didn't listen to his mom's advice. He didn't like the feeling of being picked at and thought he knew best. "I like the nettles, Mom," he replied. "They make me feel special." Days went by, and Benjamin continued to embrace his prickly fashion statement. However, something started to change. The nettles that were once amusing began to irritate his skin. Benjamin found himself scratching and feeling increasingly uncomfortable. His fluffy fur was no longer as enjoyable as before. One day, while Benjamin was lying down, scratching and whimpering, his mom approached him. She had noticed his discomfort and knew it was time to have a serious talk. "Benjamin," she said gently, "I know you like the nettles, but see how they are making you unhappy. Sometimes we have to do things we don't like for our own well-being." Benjamin looked up at his mom, his eyes filled with confusion. "But, Mom," he sighed, "I thought the nettles were fun. Now they're just bothering me." His mom smiled and nodded. "You see, my dear Benjamin, sometimes what we think is enjoyable can turn out to be uncomfortable in the long run. Let me help you remove the nettles so you can feel better." Reluctantly, Benjamin agreed, realizing that his mom was only trying to help. As his mom gently plucked each nettle from his fur, Benjamin experienced relief and felt an immediate difference. His skin stopped itching, and his discomfort slowly faded away. From that day forward, Benjamin learned an important lesson. He understood that even though something may seem enjoyable at first, it's essential to listen to those who care for us and have our best interests at heart. Sometimes, doing things we don't like can lead to feeling better in the end. Benjamin and his mom continued to share many happy moments together. Benjamin would still explore the world, but he made sure to avoid those prickly nettles. And whenever he encountered something new, he would always remember his mom's wise words. The end.